Yeah. Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay pues emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
Good night, good evening, everybody. Thought I'd just get on here for a little while, say a few things. Still taking a little time off, but I still wanted to get a little bit of work done today. I want to talk about this situation. We're going to get right into it, about the situation with the young lady who let's call it the baton fight. The baton fight. I'm going to show you something that nobody has shown anybody before about this baton fight thing. The whole situation, because I'm about to put it in what you would call perspective. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So let me make sure I got all my volumes and levels right. And let's get this party started. Here we go.
No wonder Alayla ever hit Kellen Tucker during the race. No one realized that Kellen Tucker's mother was setting 3 creepy traps. During the relay race, when Tucker was about to overtake Everett and cut into the inner lane, Everett directly hit Tucker on the back of the head with the baton, injuring Tucker. It's worth noting that just before this tragedy, Tucker had just set a new record in the 55-meter sprint. Everett, a star member of the track and field team, had run a last-place finish in this event. After that, her jealousy grew, which became one of the main reasons for her momentary impulse. After the incident, Tucker's mother said sadly, "It's been more than 24 hours now. So I think that's the most important thing. My child is injured and no one has come to check on her condition."
Wow. Okay, let's keep it going on. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Contrast, Everett and her mother insisted that the impact was an accident. When interviewed, Everett put on an innocent look and even shed tears, trying to pretend to be a good person and get away with it. As the video of the incident was made public online, she has become the victim of verbal attacks and death threats.
We begin at 6 with brand new development.
Okay, so yeah, I look like, I mean, I'm not going to get into it really deep, but you know, it made the news, so I'm going to say something about it. You know, it's 50-50. We don't know, it's no, it's not 50-50. It's whatever it is. Okay, anyway, here we go.
Developments on a track meet incident gone viral.
A local NAACP chapter is also weighing in on what happened to a student athlete getting hit by a baton. There's a good chance you've seen this video of a track meet in Lynchburg between a student from the area and
in Lynchburg. That already sounds bad.
And an IC Norcom high school athlete. Now, charges of assault and battery have been filed. A lot to cover in this tonight. 10 on your sides. Markeisha Jackson was first to report this locally. She is live at IC Norcom with today's developments. Markeisha.
All right, Markeisha, talk to us. Here we go.
Markeisha.
Aisha and Tom, we got that charge of assault and battery confirmed by the Lynchburg Commonwealth's attorney, and Portsmouth NAACP says it's concerning, saying that the viral video that many have seen does not warrant this kind of response.
We have to take care of our children more as a people. We should not have adults attacking young children on either side.
That's what Genoa Everett had to say about the extensive backlash his daughter Alayla has faced after a viral incident brought nationwide attention to the family. In the video,
I'll be honest with you, I can't tell. I can't tell by the photo who's who.
Alayla is seen striking an opponent, Kellen Tucker, with a baton from behind. Alayla says her opponent was running very close to her. The closeness caused Alayla to lose her balance.
Can somebody tell me why the batons have to be made out of steel or heavy wood? Can't they be just made? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a weight thing. It's a weight thing. My bad. I answered my own question.
In an attempt to regain it, she pumped her arm forward to regain her stride, and that's when Tucker got hit. But for many watching the viral video that shows the incident from the front, they think it was intentional.
Or just seeing one video and it looks bad from that angle.
A certified USA track and field official even slowed down the video to show just how close the two athletes were competing. And for anyone watching it with just the naked eye, it's just too close for anyone outside of these two athletes to call.
Leaving certain things out did so much damage to our family.
The Portsmouth NAACP released this statement in support of both families and called out the racial slurs and death threats that Alayla and her family have.
See, now that's the problem. Is that other stuff. That's the problem. Let's keep it going, but there's going to be more problems, Here we go.
Received. Lynchburg Commonwealth's attorney Bethany Harrison says a petition for 1 count of assault and battery has been issued. In response to that, Portsmouth NAACP saying, quote, "We are committed collectively to ensuring that the criminal justice system, which we feel is not warranted in this situation, is executed fairly and based on due process."
They could just, really, quite honestly, it would probably be more of a benefit if they just made it a personal injury case, but who knows? But what I find interesting, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that this made big time, it made big time news. And I tell you why, because it's rare. It's rare that something like this happens, between two women. But it's not rare. It's not rare. Let me bring it up. Hold on one second here. I'm going to show you something that's not very rare. I'm going to show you something that's not very rare. It's not rare. I wish it was. I wish it was, but it ain't. Here we go. This isn't rare.
Nurkic, when he's going to be hit with an offensive foul.
They're probably going to take a look at it as well.
Boy, now we've got Nurkic and Najee Marshall as Marshall leaned back and threw a Marshall loads up. So there was a push, brush to the face.
That's not rare, is it? That's not rare. Men fighting. Let me keep it going.
And then Marshall.
He missed the punch.
He missed the punch.
I thought he punched him and he fell, but it was more so he was off balance. He kind of rubbed his hand across.
Ooh,
he did catch him. He caught him in the ear.
A little bit of the ear.
Yeah. Look. So let me show you another example.
And Ime Udoka has to be restrained by his security staff.
It is.
Or here in Houston.
Ejected from the game.
A fight! Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, and Tyler Hero all involved.
Look at that. That's why the young ladies. That's why the young ladies made national TV, because women just don't fight. Let me not get into this crime in the streets and stuff, but let me play a few more.
Davis trying to get.
Yeah.
Now, here's what we might have. We might have something. We might have double.
So now you have to take things in perspective. Now it's like you can say, hello, Henry Mars and Bridget, it's good seeing you, and Angela, it's good seeing you too, Angela Reddick. But anyway, this is interesting, isn't it? I mean, it's like we're getting all pumped up about two girls in a race, right? And you seeing these guys go at it all the time.
Clarkson and Reed, maybe. But I do think something's going to happen with Ronald Holland, maybe a technical for him.
After review, it has been determined that Clarkson and Reed illegally contacted one another during a dead ball and both received double technical fouls. After the double technical fouls, Clarkson squares up in a fighting stance with Hollins, who does the same, and they both have been ejected. There'll be no free throws, and Utah's ball on the baseline.
Fred's got behind. Okay. Another one. There we go.
Jeff Green, laughing.
Here's look at this, man. I've been in the weight room. You haven't. Well,
So when all those red pill dudes start, I guess what I'm saying is this: it's like when all those red pill dudes try to shove in women's face that about little things like a baton fight. It wasn't even a fight, but whatever. Rat girl, it's good seeing you, rat girl. That's something to be considered, because that's a very interesting thing. And I want to show you this video. Where is it at? Where is he at? I kind of just, thought I'd show out here today. Things are going pretty decent, Where is it? Where is this fool? I know he's on here. Oh, here he is. Okay. Wait. Let me pause that. Now I want to save that for tomorrow. Oops, gave out that I'm going to do another show tomorrow, huh? Okay. Let me pass through that. Okay. This is what Black women are not doing.
I'm not no killer. I'm not no murderer. I'm not no bad person. And a lot of people, honestly.
Tonight, Raymond Childs III is maintaining his innocence.
But still, he is going to prison for 360 years for.
Yeah. That's not good, but that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one.
Tonight, we have new details about what exactly led up to a deadly shooting at a 7-Eleven gas station on Warwick Boulevard in Newport News.
This is the weirdest thing you will ever hear, ever. Just keep it.
Leandra had uncovered court documents and has those details.
A tragic crime scene Friday evening at this 7-Eleven gas station in Newport News as police and investigators collected evidence trying to figure out why someone would want to take 24-year-old Michael Faison Jr.'s life. Court documents reveal the deadly shooting all started over a conversation about tattoos. 24-year-old Michael Faison was standing outside of the 7-Eleven gas station when a woman in a blue dress walked out of the gas station, catching his eye. Court documents reveal the woman was walking towards the parking lot of the 7-Eleven when she turned around to talk to Faison about tattoos and gave Faison her number. The conversation didn't sit well with the woman's boyfriend, 28-year-old Divine Jackson.
What it should have been called, they should have called him Demon Jackson, but keep listening. Here we go.
Documents say Jackson walked up to her and Faison, asking why Faison was talking to his girlfriend. An affidavit reveals Jackson then slapped Faison twice. Jackson took out a handgun, stepped towards Faison, and pointed it at Faison's face at a close range. Court documents say Faison took a step back, lifting his hands up in a non-threatening manner. Jackson's girlfriend states that Jackson, whose nickname is Sauce according to court documents, shot Faison. 24-year-old Faison later died at the hospital. Court documents reveal Jackson and his girlfriend ran towards the gas pumps and got into a black BMW sedan. Investigators found the BMW later that night and arrested Jackson at his home in Newport News.
28-year-old Divine Jackson is being charged with second-degree murder and the use of a firearm to commit a felony. Leandra Het, News 3.
They're following up on a deadly shooting at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah. So let me go forward. See, here's what went down, y'all, right here. Here's what went down.
Jackson walks up and approaches the man with a gun in hand. He then punches Faison. Moments later, Jackson shoots and kills Faison. And a few moments later, surveillance video shows Jackson and his girlfriend running away from the crime scene. A Newport News
that is crazy.
Jury found Jackson guilty of first-degree murder last summer, which has a mandatory sentence of at least 20 years. Jackson is awaiting sentencing. I spoke to attorney Jeremy Mason with Mason Legal, who is not connected to the case, about sentencing guidelines.
There's a strong chance he could give him life because I think judges want to deter this one, the type of senseless killing. Based off how the video looks, premeditated, it was senseless killing. The guy was not threatened at all.
So this perspective is interesting because it's sad that this happened, by the way. This is very sad. But we're all getting up in arms about some sisters sprinting and a baton, an alleged baton situation. You know what I mean? It made bigger news than this. So here's the thing right here. Here we go.
I do believe the family is remorseful. Him, I'm not so much believing, but he didn't really sound remorseful.
Melanie Faison, Michael Faison Jr.'s mother, believes justice was served in court for her son's killer.
He's not getting out anytime soon. Like it was pointed out, Mikey's not going to be able to get married. He's not going to have any kids. Not down the aisle at some point.
Surveillance video shows the gunman, Jackson, walking up to the victim, 24-year-old Michael Faison Jr. with a gun in hand. Court documents say the victim was complimenting the gunman's girlfriend's tattoos, which led to the deadly shooting. After the judge sentenced the 30-year-old to life in prison, he turned around and looked at the victim's family to apologize. Jackson.
Wow. It's your perspective. See, that's the difference from black men and black women, is that black women have more patience. You just have to give it, give them all an applause, ladies and gentlemen. Give yourselves applause if you're a black woman. You have more patience than our counterparts. Where Kevin Samuels and them got this this thing that men have more are more logical and women aren't. I don't know where that comes from. The only thing that was illogical was like the his girlfriend being around him at all. I mean, that was illogical, but if you want to call that in a dating sense, but for as far as day-to-day life, I mean, it's exactly that. Crazy.
Jackson read a statement in court saying that his impulsive reaction took another man's life.
Yeah.
He said, quote, I never intended
No
to kill
impulse control. I wonder who said that. Somebody I know said that.
an innocent man, end quote. Jackson also stated that he was drunk when he shot Faison. Before the judge
Okay, what an excellent excuse. What an excellent excuse.
sentenced Jackson, his mother took the stand, asking the judge to be lenient with the sentence. In addition to the life sentence for murder, the judge also gave Jackson 3 years for the firearm in commission of a felony charge. In Newport News, I'm Leandra Head, News 3.
First and foremost,
let me pause right there. I would say, Angela, you have a good argument there. I don't know if she really meant it to do that. I mean, the thing is that the issue she has is being around somebody like that at all. For all we know, the Faison guy might have been a better match for her, for we all know. I mean, obviously she was somewhat attracted to him because you don't just give out your phone number. You see what I'm saying? So it's too bad that this happened. I'm sorry. I feel for the family of the Faison guy because he did nothing wrong. But yeah, I think you have to understand. It's like it's a man's responsibility to control a man's own actions. So, I mean, no, what she did wasn't, might have been like, you could say that maybe it was slightly disrespectful. Who knows? All she was doing was asking, but there's a couple that all she was doing was like talking about tattoos with the guy, and it wasn't like they were making out. And this is the thing it doesn't matter what somebody else is doing that it causes you to the point for any man to delete another man or another person. That's just it's just bad. It's bad. So I believe almost everybody except for really might have made, what would we call it? Well, obviously the guy shooting the guy and hitting the guy first, that's the end all. That's like disgusting. Her talking to the other guy, well, ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing that a lot of men have tried to say. Last thing I know, nobody can own another person. If she wanted to continue to get in a conversation with Faison, she had that right. She had that right. She obviously gave the guy a chance. Angela Reddick nails it here. It's not her fault. It's not all her fault. I'm from Detroit. You don't do that if you are with your man. It's true to a point, but you do have a right to do that. But as far as being polite, I agree with you 100%, Angela. However, all that extra shit the dude did was the dude. It had nothing to do with her. Because what it showed me is that anything will set him off. Anything. If he said, man, wait a minute, he should have been singing that song, is it him or is it gonna be me? If he sung that, then he would be all good. See, what I've seen is really, believe it or not, men with patience in class, they would have handled that a lot differently. The best way to handle something like that is just by ignoring it. quite honestly. Because if you have it going on, then obviously you'll have other options. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I do understand that it seems like a young lady giving her number to somebody else is blasphemy. But I'm sorry, but a young lady has that option. Maybe she was the one who does the tattoos. We don't know. And she wanted to make a little bit of extra skrill. I know one thing though, he's a bandit. You know, he's definitely a bandit. That's for sure. Welcome, Golden Lady. Rat Girl in the house. Let's play a little bit more. Let's see what's going on.
RIP to the young brother who lost his life in this senseless situation. This right here is sad, bro. The man who committed the crime is obviously a very weak, mentally insecure individual. This is the man who lacks emotional intelligence. This is a man who don't know how to control his emotions. And the reality is the same woman that he threw his life.
As a famous woman would say, bad impulse control. I mean, the thing is this. I mean, she did the right thing going with him because he probably would have shot her too if she stayed there. But let's keep it going. Here we go.
Away for she will be moving on and dealing with another man. Think about how crazy that is. You threw your life away for nothing.
No. He threw his life away because he wasn't nothing. There's no reason. This is the problem I have is when especially in the manosphere, they'll take something like this and try to pin it on a woman. When you are one of the qualities as a man you're supposed to have is patience and control over your own emotions. That's what put him in the orange suit for 100 years or whatever. That's what put him in the orange suit. Not the woman. We need to make that clear. I've been in that situation. I didn't go run to my car and get a pow or something. Like, hey, it's your life. Things worked out. They were cool. But everybody goes through this. That's what's so dangerous and interesting about this situation. It could happen. This has happened so many times. It happens way more than a baton hit on the head. Yeah, I'm bringing back the baton hit. That's the scary part. This happens like every day. Obviously, she chose wrong, and maybe she was trying to choose better. We don't know, but we know one thing. The young man didn't deserve to get shot. Not at all. Yeah, 10 seconds of anger can get you at least 5 to 10. He got a lot more than that. He got a lifetime. So I still want to understand where this, this saying came from that women are emotional and men are logical, because that looked like a lot of emotion right there to me.
And there are a lot of men out here who lacks self-control, emotional intelligence, and those dudes need help because mentally they are not in their right mind. And that's why it's sad.
See, even he admits it. I mean,
he did get life. He definitely deserved that. This was uncalled for. And I feel bad for that young man family. Extremely sad. And what's even more sad about this situation, his girlfriend moved on like nothing ever happened.
The thing is this, we don't know. unless this young man right here got some information. Let me scan this for a minute. No, there's nothing in here that says, oh yeah, I moved on. I moved on. She didn't move on. If any time you see something of violence in front of you, it's not like, it goes away. Let's see what
And
happens.
here's the reality about birds, fellas, about women like this. They don't want a man who got emotional intelligence. They don't want a man who is disciplined. They don't want a man who got self-control because it's boring to them.
They might. She just made a really bad choice. I mean, the thing is this, that's another thing, is that a lot of people get into this situation where they want to analyze other people they don't know. They don't know at all.
Mental, fam. These women be playing with y'all. This right here is sad, man.
Now he's weaponizing this whole situation, literally turning the blame onto her. When really a real man, he handles that in a better way. What kind of crap is this?
Leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, fellas. Be wise.
Yeah. And that's funny to me because my thing is this, is that he's calling women birds and stuff when at the end of the day, basically, there's an outroar on people talking about a baton head. This guy's got temper so bad he can't even control himself. Let's see what happened with Charleston White.
And the gun out the backseat of the car.
16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
He pulled the hammer back on the gun.
And then what happened?
He fired it.
Doolittle is accused of gunning down 34-year-old Michael Levy of Irving. Levy attempted to stop Doolittle, White, and two other teenagers accused of shoplifting 3 sports jackets and a baseball cap from an Arlington mall in September of 1991. Witnesses say Levy pounded on their windshield until the teens threw the jacket.
Bad info, because this is Charleston White. Charleston White. They're mad at him because he snitched.
Levy had been married only 4 days when he was shot.
Isn't that crazy?
I always had my dreams of my Prince Charming. I found him. And it's hard to believe that I did. And I believe in fairy tales because he made my dreams come true. And they took that away.
White will be testifying against all 3 of his buddies in exchange for a maximum sentence of 12 years. A juvenile judge reduced the charge from
to go commit crimes. There's normally going to be a nigga in the crew that's going to sell you out like Charleston White. That, as you heard right there, in exchange for a lesser sentence, meaning he's not doing that because it's the right thing to do at that time. That's who he was at 16, but this is who he displays as the type of person he is now. It's all about him. It's all for self. And he'll do what he got to do and play little motives and games. We didn't heard him mock this shooting before. We didn't heard him say, I didn't kill the dude before, but you the same dude that went on a crime with your friends. Now, he was 16 years old. He was young. What he was supposed to do from there on out is not be disrespectful how he is right now. Because any man, you have to take accountability and responsibility for what you did. And to send other guys to prison that were your associates and friends, that's a choice you made. You was young at that time for sure. But your actions after that should be very different. Yeah, came out and did community work. That's cool. We salute it.
We thought he came out and but yeah, this is what I want to get to.
And do this to get analytics for myself so I can get this attention that I've been seeking my entire life. This is a lost, confused dude right here. And this is his claim to the game. This is not no new information with this.
Now, here's the sad part, is that he's one of the top leaders in the manosphere. That's the sad part. Right now. He's one of the top guys. He's one of the top guys. That's why I think the manosphere is just a bunch of crap. Because if for some reason they don't respect quarterbacks of any team. They don't respect guys who are doing it right. They don't respect men who, all of them all of these leaders that are successful in the manosphere, they got crim records. They're all crimmed up. I don't see anybody talking about
Anthony Mackie.
I don't see anybody talking about Anthony Mackie. I mean, yeah, you know, at least he's trying to be an actor, right? No, they're not. They're closer to the guy who murked that other guy. Let me bring up something here. How about this one right here?
I was 14. You should have been in Kansas spot. I know you're pissed that he ripped you off and is successful off you. Comment on that?
Look,
there we go.
It bothers me sometimes for real. But when you saw that somebody, like, he was a huge fan of mine. He would be always in my comment section. He was always calling in my show. There's a video on YouTube where you can hear this man tell me that I was his inspiration to start doing what he was doing. He was trying to give me encouragement because of the
referring to Kevin Samuels. This is Tommy Sotomayor or whatever. My whore or whatever you want to call it. Hey, Eden Adele in the house. Good seeing you. Thank you. Here we go.
Same thing that was happening. He said, I know they knock your stuff down, but just keep on going. He takes, I have an Instagram song where I go, Instagram, let these niggas know who the fuck I am. This fool was in his live show talking about, Instagram. I said, or when I say, make them mad, hit that Cash App. You want to piss them off, make them mad.
Yeah.
This fool on his show, y'all want to piss them off, make them mad.
I mean, that's basically the whole market in the manosphere. They are never, very, very few, if none, are really creative. They usually just copy something else that has been working. And here's a funny thing. You know, he was a PORN star, and that's why he's famous. If that ain't, and now he wants to act like he's some respectable politician now. Ain't that something?
He tries to sing like me. Everything I do, this fool has done it and taken it to the point of where, because he got so big, people start telling me, you're biting off Kevin Samuels. And I'm in my show and people are saying you're biting. I was like, who the fuck is Kevin Samuels?
Wow.
And some people was like, nah, he used to call in your show all the time. So it's that bad to where he won't acknowledge the person he ripped off. And that pisses me off, because if you're in this so-called manosphere or whatever it's called, when we're supposed to be saying we speak facts about what's going on with women and the dynamic.
And it just shows you how messy the manosphere is, because I mean, they're literally having little tiffs or fights within themselves, and they have the nerve to want to talk about women when they are like scummy dudes. I mean, let's face it. Let's just get it over with. I mean, this guy was aside of all the his abusive history, was a porn star. I'm sorry, but I think men shouldn't strive to be porn star. I'm just saying that. I'm just thinking about it like that. I don't know what y'all think, but I think that way. I think, if you have a son, you don't want him to grow up to be Tommy, do you? Do you really want him to grow up to be Tommy? Really? Think about it.
Between black men and black women.
Well, if that's the case, then why are you following him?
Then why is it that as soon as you get to a certain point, you won't go back and let them know where you got it from? I'll be doing shows, and in my show, if I say something that somebody else said or a book I read or where I got it from, I will shout that person out, because that person.
Yeah, can you believe that? I'm serious. Can you believe that? I mean, people are, yes, Kevin Samuels was adored a male porn star. Yeah. I mean, it's facts. He was a PORN star back then, right? And Kevin Samuels was like basically one of his favorite fans in his chat, right? Is this, and then they all of them have the nerve to act like they have some type of respectable stature. That's the amazing part of it. They act like they're good gentlemen or something. And then that's why they have, and the ironic thing about it is they have the nerve to diss respectable men, whether it be President Obama or Russell Wilson. I mean, the funny thing is this. It's like, let's face it. Do you want everybody? You can have your whatever bothers you about men, but both of those men that I just named, at least they're respectable. You might not like what they do or how they think, but they're respectable men. Okay, they're going to be respected by every race of man. They are. But you guys want to turn around, diss those men for whatever reason you have, and then support a male PORN star. I don't know if he's still doing it or not, but he still did that, along with the abusive nature he has. So I don't get it. Why should a woman respect you if you're following a man with a background like that? And ladies, please stay away from them red pill dudes. They ain't got nothing for you. They more interested in other men.
Deserves the credit that they deserve for what they've done. And I don't mind shouting them out because, hey, if you help shape me in any kind of way, I want the world to be able to hear you so they can go hear it from the horse's mouth, not mine.
See,
yo, it's Big Ant, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV.
Right. All right. But you see where I'm coming from with that. Now get this.
Let me show you. I'm gonna break this down real quick, real fast. Look at the plea this cop. DDG stands for dumb gnome because he's 5'6", 150 pounds, trying to be tough. Violence isn't necessary. Beating up R words is a crime for Florida law. I know DDG can't read, so someone read this to him if he tries to fight me. This is a cornball. And any that follow this is a cornball. This is what you call.
I would have to agree with him, and I'm not a huge fan of DDG anymore. He's got his own issues, but this is the red world. Here we go.
Lame. Okay. This is the lamest ever, bro. Like, I'm trying to find his reaction because his ass was getting nervous and was getting scared as he's reacting. Like, he's already tweeting and said, "You can't fight me. You can't fight me. It's against the law."
Is that? I mean, really, quite honestly, you think about it like this. You think about it like this. These are two grown men.
So soft up. This was, bro, I'm telling you, extremely sucking. Really fiending for me to be on this podcast. Y'all telling me the last time y'all heard these, bro, and dog got a cat that he do the podcast with. Matter of fact, I seen him on the way out yesterday.
I mean, this is crazy to me. Shoot. Let's go for some laughs right here.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all because it's a lot of news stations. They already done put me on the news. They making up lies, but y'all the only ones that offer to come to me and talk to me, but pay me at the same time. So I'm gonna make it real quick because I got another job interview to go to. Just listen, lady. Ran out of breath. So the daughter of this lady that I was watching, she said she needed a sitter for her mother. She wanted somebody that was a CNA or she wanted somebody that worked in home health aid. I told her I worked in home health aid because I don't have a CNA certificate. I could have lied about that too, but this is not my fault. It's her fault because she could have went to a company or something to make sure everybody is certified. All I did was hit her up and told her I'm certified. And home health aid, I've done it before and I made my own resume. Who do you think make resumes? You think the jobs that I previously worked at put the resume together? I sit there and type out everything. I Google search what is a home health aid, figured it out, gave it to her, talked to her. When I went to her, I talked to her real proper. Hello, yes, I love doing this. That's very hard for me to do because I'm from the hood and I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to talk Ebonics. You feel me? I'm sorry, that was my new job calling. She offered $30 an hour. When I seen that, I pictured everything I can be spending because she wanted me to work with her grandma a lot or her mother. The lady old. I don't know. I took the job. She gave it to me. Now the lady done sat here and ran away. Like I said, I don't like old people. I would never like old people. And when I turn old, I probably never like myself when I get old. They get on my nerves. But $30 an hour in this economy is a whole lot. The lady I done took a nap. Why can't I take a nap? This ain't a regular job. We inside your house. I'm tired. You feel me? I done sat there, took a nap, and then the old lady all of a sudden remember how to open up the door. And that's my fault. And it made me feel some type of way. And I feel like I'm the victim because I'm sitting here cooking for you, bathing, all this extra stuff. But if you can remember to open up a door, you remember to do a whole lot more. I don't mess with that lady. And then she called me Elizabeth, one of her old best friends from back then in the day. Elizabeth is gone. Like, Elizabeth is gone. And so I looked at her, I told her, Elizabeth is never coming back. She's gone. And she probably left because she's tired of being your friend. She don't want to sit there and talk all the time. I ain't got time for that. To sit there and call me an old caution lady name, and I'm clearly not that. Yeah, she was being very disrespectful. That's why I'm going to do a lawsuit on her after, whatever they're going to do with me. I'm under investigation right now. And then
She is so funny. That's Chantelle. You got to check her out. I just thought I'd, lighten it up a little bit in here. Like, lighten it up, lighten it up, kind of get, chill it out a little bit. Anyway, let's get back with Anthony Mackie. Let's see what he was talking about. Here we go.
Anthony Mackie says we are lying to our kids. Success is given, not earned. Here it is.
I've been in the business 24 years, right? And I've seen people go from nothing to the biggest stars in the world. I've seen people go from one role to winning Academy Awards and doing all this. And what I realized yesterday thinking about it, we're lying to our kids, dog. And I think that's a big problem in our community. We tell our kids that and this is fresh on my heart. Like I literally just came to this conclusion last night. We tell our kids if they do right and they make the good grades and they go to the programs and they will become successful. If you work hard enough, your work will be paid off. And that's not true.
Well, I have to disagree. You may not get as successful as you should, but if you work hard towards a goal and a career that's legal, of course, you're probably going to get something out of it. I won't say it's guaranteed, it's not. But it's you're gonna have a better life. And sometimes that's all it's all about.
Success is given. It's not earned. Because you can be the most brilliant. If one person don't tap you, each one of y'all. There were people who could hit harder, who could catch better, who could run faster. But somebody said, you're the one. And the other 50 behind you fell off.
Put it full mass. Let us discuss. Captain America star Anthony Mackie went on the Pivot podcast this week, and his comments about achieving success has gone viral, with many online arguing that he has a strong point, and I concur. In the field that Mackie works in, the movie industry is notorious for paying people of color much less than their white counterparts. Inequality stemming from racism is deeply rooted in the entertainment industry. In 2018, Chadwick Boseman starred in Marvel's Black Panther. He was paid $2 million for a starring role. However, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans made over $20 million for their roles. And we all know
That's crazy, isn't it? Literally 10 times as much as the accomplished Chadwick Boseman. May he rest in peace. And he was every bit as good. Every bit as good. The only black artist, black actor I know who's really getting that constant money will be Will Smith, who's another person the manosphere likes to, diss, which is really ironic, don't you think?
big Black Panther was, right? We've had multiple actors and actresses on this program, on Indisputable, talking about the same thing. the inequity of pay and how the inequity of pay goes beyond just television. It goes into all permeations of entertainment. And I know that Sharon Reed could talk about this as well because she's in that industry too. National Partnership research shows that Black actresses typically make just 64 cents on every dollar white non-Hispanic actors make. Black women directors and producers make just 68 cents compared to their white non-Hispanic men counterparts. Even though these gaps are within an occupation, they are nearly as large as the overall gaps for Black women. So let's go to other fields. Let's contextualize it in a different way. Over nearly the past decade, Black women have been overachieving in the classrooms, according to a report by the National Center of Education Statistics that was released in 2020. Most recent year, the data was made available. While education may be soaring to new heights for Black women across the United States, pay disparities continue to haunt the community and even those with the most impressive qualifications. On average, Black women earn roughly 38% less than white men every single year.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Black college graduates have higher incomes, but much greater debt than white households without a high school diploma, making their debt to income ratios higher and creating an additional barrier to qualifying for a mortgage. Young Black college graduates have a lower FICO score and young white households without a high school diploma. Lower credit scores are a disadvantage when applying for a mortgage. And we've talked.
Yeah. That's deep. That's deep. And since we were talking about Will Smith, let me show this real quick.
I just love him so much. And being able to share a purpose with someone so close to you that shares your blood in your veins, like that, there's nothing better. There's really nothing better than that. To be able to act on our purpose together, like that's what life is about. You know, I'm hoping we have more music in the future. I'm hoping.
That's what I was gonna ask. I mean, you guys worked together on this last project, so there's got to be something.
There's things in the works. There's things bubbling up. I'll let him express more about that.
Now, I bring that up. Let me pause that right there. But I bring that up with the Smiths because everybody was saying, "Oh, their kids are effed up. They're going to be effed up in the mind." I don't know about you, but they seem to be pretty stable to me. Anyway, let's go past this because this is about the track runner, and we already went over that. I was a big fan. Let me go see if I have anything. Okay. We played Umar last time around. Remember this? I mean, his daughter. Let me let him get his whatever proverbial lick in, and we'll talk about it. Here we go.
One of the big reasons why we don't see more marriage is Black men are afraid of what will happen if this relationship goes south. Alimony plus child support, that can destroy your Black man. Even if you're middle class, you've got a good income, that can break you down. So if we want to heal the Black family, we're going to have to heal that child support system as well.
Have you ever been on child support?
I'm on child support now for my 13-year-old. And I was on child support for my 22-year-old.
See?
Yeah, and
that's where it's coming from. I feel you. I ain't on it though, but
no, remember, I didn't say it should be done away with.
Right.
You follow me?
Right.
They need money. I was put on child support because I didn't marry the mothers of my children. They both wanted to get married. And what I said was, I didn't dismiss it.
Right.
Because I would love to be married to the mother of my child. But your pregnancy is not going to dictate family. What we're going to do.
Did you hear what he just said? I mean, he's as much of a Pookie as a Pookie can be. If he has the gall to say, well, your pregnancy is not going to dictate our marriage, then what? That's about as ignorant as it gets, because you would think that, okay, well, don't make her pregnant then. That's what you don't do. This is why I mean, as soon as it's going to take a year or so, but everybody's going to start adding up everything and realize there's something wrong with this dude. He's a glorified Pookie. You know something? Let me drop the link just in case anybody wants to talk about this glorified Pookie with me. Because I mean, there was actually a time where I actually had some respect for him before I found out who he was. It's funny how when you find out who somebody is, then you finally realize that who they really are. But I mean, just think about it. Think about it. Let's see what else he's going to say. Here we go.
To do is let's continue to date and explore this. If they would have been patient, they would have been married in 12 months because I am that type of man.
No, he's not. He's proven that he's not. He's not married now. He was and he hasn't been in the past. And he's left women with babies. What more does anybody need to ask? See, this is the problem with a lot of men who have a narcissistic backbone. I'm not calling them narcissists. I'm just saying they have tendencies that go that way. He's overvaluing himself. He's already made women pregnant and made them single mothers, but he thinks he's a leader of a community at the same time. What the heck?
Know that.
Right.
But they were so arrogant in feeling like I was obligated to wife them up.
Yes, you are. You are obligated to wife them up. This is Pookie behavior. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Alto. Yep. Double talk on steroids. I mean, I can't even play the whole clip, and the clip ain't even that long. I mean, this fool right here, I think he's just as bad, really, quite honestly. I think he's just as bad as any red pill guy. In fact, he sounds red pill to me. Welcome to the stage, Deontay. How you doing tonight?
Hey, DJ, how you doing? Can you hear me?
I sure can. You sound perfect. Hey, Deontay, I went out of my way and this is StreamYard tonight. We doing StreamYard tonight. You shouldn't get kicked out.
Yeah, you never know, man, but thanks.
Yeah, if you got the Galaxy 20. Oh, I mean, that should be popping on here. You know.
Man, I had some issues with it last week. You did some weird stuff to me, but it's all good, man. I just want to say, Umar, man, is highly disappointing. Like you said, there was a point 10, 15 years ago when I first heard of Umar, when I was 100% for him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he was great for our community. I thought he was just what we needed. Because at the time, he was more serious. I don't think he knew what the fame and popularity was going to bring.
Right.
And it brought ego out of him. And it brought just like a competition. He is talking about, I'm the king called consciousness, the number one. I'm like, dude, this is not a competition. You talking about freeing and bettering the black community. We're not talking about chasing a championship belt. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
It takes all of us to do it. It's not just one person that's going to free everybody or make us better. We all have to do it. But he's out of control.
Yep. Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was done. Yeah.
I was so scared that it was my stream.
I didn't want to just keep. You know me, man. I started rambling and go for 10 minutes. So I had to stop myself.
Okay, I'll play a little bit more of this tape. Here we go.
They showed me their true colors too soon.
Right.
And I saw the type of woman I was dealing with. Not to say there's
Now,
anything wrong.
let me tell you something. He just gets on my nerves because it's like anytime you make somebody pregnant of any race, they're going to think you're going to wife them up. Really, quite honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying every single woman, but they're thinking that's in the mix because they are bringing to life your legacy. So of course they're going to think that way, but he is definitely showing his pookiness right now.
Yeah, he's definitely.
But I saw how they were with
100% spooky.
Yeah.
Like when you said that really hit me because I was like, you know what? He is, and like you said, we don't. I personally don't have to wait. I done added this up already for the last year and a half. This whole thing with his daughter coming out is just like it's not even the put the icing on the cake. Now you're
Yeah.
writing the names on it. Now she just writing the name on the cake. So it's like yeah. So, but for him to say that after he found out his girlfriends were pregnant, that then he said, okay, if y'all just wait 12 months, let's get to know each other. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why would you you were the number one dude out here talking about some black families and men and all this stuff, but you out here getting women pregnant. And then when they get pregnant, you tell both of them, well, I'm not really ready to get married right now, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to date for a minute, see if it works. See, what he was going to do is he was always going to leave him.
Right.
Like, he wasn't never going to be with him for 12 months and all of a sudden he realized he in love with him. No, this dude is a when it first started with me was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, when he started making those videos in the hotel and he was laying down in the bed. And I'm like, why is this dude laying down? I didn't understand it. It was weird. And then a couple of times he did it with his shirt off. And I'm like, nigga, you fucking 40 something years old, what are you doing? Like, and that's when it hit me. I didn't understand. He was pandering to women. And it was a certain type of woman he's going after. And it's millions of them out there in that category. And they were sending him panties in the mail and he's showing it off on his Instagram. I'm like, oh, you can't handle it. It's like you ain't never had this much of a JJ thrown at you before. You don't know how to handle it. Like
Right.
you are supposed to be a man of consciousness and all of this other stuff, but you up here acting like a male hoe, like you a pookie.
Yeah.
You know?
Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
me. And I said, she ain't the one who can walk.
You having any more children?
So he's saying she ain't the one after he made her pregnant. I mean, that's kind of like what's going on I don't know. Man.
And you know what that does too? That validates all those women out there who say, because I'm one of the guys where, I don't beat women over the head for, the whole, you choosing wrong, your decision making skills, right? But it is kind of coincidence that you having all these kids, you get manipulated by all these men. And as soon as you get pregnant, he change, huh?
Right.
Umar is making that argument now. And he's making it at the highest level because here's an educated man, right? This is an educated man at the top of his profession before he became, an activist. And you literally admitted that you got two women pregnant. As soon as they get pregnant, you basically just flip up and change.
Yeah.
So now it's like, damn, when a woman say, yeah, the man was all good until I had a baby, then he started acting different. I'm like, damn. I hate when they say that, but Umar, that's what this dude did.
Yep. Yep. Okay. We got one more clip to play. This one is about somebody I very much respect. She is from In Vogue. Dawn Robinson from In Vogue. She is technically homeless.
She was a member of.
Shoot, okay. Let me turn. Okay, well, let me get past that. Because you know how these okay, there we go. So I'm gonna start it right here. But yeah, I mean, everybody wanted to marry In Vogue back in the day, I'm telling you. And she still looks, she's my age and she's still looking good. So let me play it right here.
She's homeless and living in her car.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out.
Now 58 years old, she was a founding member of the wildly popular R&B pop group.
Look, put out was fine back, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
I mean, let me get around this music here because, okay, here we go.
They said to me while I was in Vogue, you're gonna be living in your car one day. I'll be like, huh?
Video on her social media shows Dawn sitting in front of a white SUV. It's not known if this is the car she's living in.
It's not easy by any means. Every day I have to take my bed down in the back. I gotta, if it rains, oh my God, I've had problems.
Dawn was living in this pleasant Hollywood Hills home, but then moved to Vegas to stay with her parents. 3 years ago, she headed back to LA, but says she couldn't afford the rent, so she started living in her car. Inside Edition reached Dawn's mother.
I gotta stop it there because of the music. But ladies and gentlemen, tune in tomorrow for the full story on Dawn. But it's crazy how she ended up this way. And obviously what I liked is she took ownership. Like, this is, hey, she feels she made the wrong decisions, but it's crazy how it turned out this way for her. I mean, let's put it this way. Back then, they were the most popular girl group out, period. That included all the other groups of all other races. That's how big they were. That's how big they were. And to see her in this situation is crazy, but y'all will have to just tune in tomorrow's show. I want to keep the shows short for the replay gang, because you don't have to go through 4 hours, 5 hours of live streaming and stuff. So I hope everybody appreciates it. Make sure you tell everyone about this channel. Feisty Black Tina, it's good seeing you. Feisty Black Tina says she ended up that way because Raphael said, what, Feisty, why are you giving it away? Okay. But the whole story is tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be another underbelly of hip hop starring, Don Robinson for tomorrow. Deontay, what do you think? Hello? Okay. I guess Deontay had to go. But everybody, you definitely want to come to tomorrow's show. It's going to be very, very helpful, along with being a very good story about somebody that I really respect. And a lot of people respect. We're talking about one of the premier artists in R&B, one of the premier artists in R&B, Dawn from Robinson, who was like the core of En Vogue. She was also in Lucy Pearl, but we're going to save that all for tomorrow. Deontay, are you there?
Yeah, so that's my bad. I didn't get cut off. I didn't get booted off this time. That was actually something I had did. But yeah, I was actually going to say that how she had a unique situation where she was able to kind of like how Bill Big DeVoe came out of New Edition, how he was able to transfer over from one group that was major to another one that ended up having, Lucy Pearl, that big hit that what's it called? I Need My Money Tonight. Oh my God, that song is so smooth and laid back. Like you can play that in it's a classic. You can play it 100 years from now. So I mean, obviously En Vogue has their hits, that Don't Let Go. I remember when I was a kid when that song came out, and I remember listening to it. It felt so serious, like it was a really strong vibration from that. And it's just that I think the biggest problem with a lot of these stars is that only a small amount of them are actually going to make enough money to sustain. Like it don't even have to be a life of great luxury, but to where they don't have to work for the rest of their lives ever again, without having to do major tours and stuff like that. But the rest of them, if they don't invest their money, that's the biggest thing. They have to invest. and make good decisions on money. And that's just hard for a lot of people to do, whether you're a star or not. But you're never gonna see those type of checks. Excuse me. You're never gonna see those type of checks again, though. You know,
Yeah,
like once it's over. And I think that's a hard reality for a lot of them to deal with.
very true. Very true. I mean, to me, it's like I think she can still dig herself out of if she is in the hole. I think she can because she has the talent and she still has the name. At the very least, she can get some shows. She can get some shows, and she doesn't need a whole lot. She just that's just my feeling. I just hope it works out for her.
Yeah, I mean, she can parlay this like in today's world now. I still think this is just the beginning of the YouTube uh, podcast, online personal broadcast. I think we're going to have like 2 billion people online in 10 years with their own personal. This is my TV show, my reality show,
Right.
and they're going to be able to monetize it. So for you to already be famous for something, like it starts off like this. She goes around, she's doing it. She's doing all these interviews. You know she's getting paid for this. Ain't no way she's just talking to these outlets, TMZ and everybody for free. They're paying her for that, and she can work her way through. But she did say that she didn't have to be in her car if she didn't really want to be. She chose to do that. And that made me feel a lot better because I hate when to see people, who are so successful like that end up in those situations, especially when people play them. So, but like you said, the rest of the show tomorrow, so I guess we'll get into it then.
Definitely. Yeah, everybody. Thanks for coming out. It's funny because everybody's starting to show up now, but I want to save it. Tomorrow we have a show. It's going to be about Don Robinson and a lot of other things, of course. So definitely want to tune in tomorrow. Everybody, I think I'm going to go ahead and hit that beat right now. Here we go.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
All right, everybody give Beyonce a hand up of applause for coming up to the stage. In the chat. We got Angela Reddick, Miss Alto, Bridget, Reno West, Nina Dell, Icy Black, Tina. Henry Mars was here earlier.
No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue.
Golden Lady.
El mundo quiere dinero. Money work.
Everyone else, I'll see you on the next one.